if this is the place.
What'd you get me into now? Somebody probably gonna start shooting at us. Boy drugged me out here. Someone told him they had a Mustang in a barn out here.
Car's supposed to be in the barn. See what's in there.
He said a barn, I figured it's somebody's garage, you know. I didn't actually think it'd be a barn.
I hope this is supposed to be the place.
Looked like a ghost town. I didn't know what the heck we were in for. Hope they don't have no wild animals in here.
When we walked up to it, it just looked like there would never be a car in there. Oh, there it is.
Oh, man.
I was really surprised to open it up and sit inside here because it's been sitting there for a while, you know. God, yeah.
Just never know what you're gonna find when you look in somebody's barn.
A friend of mine called me about this car because I'm always on the lookout for an old discarded car that I can bring back to life.
If this car could talk, I bet it'd have some stories to tell.
So for me, finding an old car like this is like finding a lost treasure.
Body looks solid.
What's amazing is there's still places like this. You wonder how many of these places there are left in America that where, you know, there's these old cars sitting around in barns and stuff like that.
I guess the best place to find a Mustang is in a barn.
This new project we're starting on is a 65 Mustang. I wanted to do a Mustang because it's so American and everybody knows what a Mustang is. We're actually going to call the car Crazy Horse. It's been on the road. Why don't we see, let's see if we can get outside and take a look at it. You want to have some fun, why don't you crank up that tractor out there and see if we can pull it out with that. I'm serious. You're laughing at me.
You look like a Hawaiian farmer.
How about that?
Here, runs. Hey, easy.
Here, you drive it.
Run me over. That's reverse.
You know, Dwayne's originally from Wisconsin.
Whoa, smells like cow in here.
So I think he felt right at home on an old tractor.
Yeehaw. Whoa, hold on.
He really needs to get out of the shop more often.
Whoa.
Oh!
This tractor's fun. I like to drive this thing home.
What if the thing runs?
Who'd ever guessed? The car started, the tractor started, doing better than we do at the shop. It looks like it was on fire.
Probably was.
Pull this carpet out and see what it looks like.
It doesn't look that bad. I don't know.
Ah, there's a hole through the floorboard over here. Holy there's spiders on me.
The body looks like it's real solid. All the parts are there. It's gonna make a good project.
She's not too bad. I can't put my foot through it. It looks pretty good, pretty solid. Overall, it looks like a nice car.
You talk about these weeks, they go by so quick, and the next thing you know, everybody's running around, and that's where you get into the pressure deal. Yeah. You can't let anything happen. But I feel real good about this car. There it is. So we got the car back to shop. I decided to have some fun with the guys. You know, start the project off on the right foot.
Yeah!
This is a Mustang horse. It was a wild horse. We're going to call it Crazy Horse. And I told everybody we're going to break this horse so we can ride it.
You almost drove it right in the office.
I actually smoked the tires right off the rim. I just burned it out till the thing went pop.
She's done! You're done! She's all done, boys! For most, blowing out the tires would have been enough. But Boyd, he had to blow up the engine, too.
That was the time you blow the motor? That guy never he loves tearing up.
You're done! You're done!
That's all right. Be careful. Watch out, watch out! Now we're going to take it all apart and restore it and make a beautiful car out of it.
All right, Blue Bear, let's get it apart. We're gonna start tearing it apart. So it means all the body panels need to come off, the interior needs to be gutted out, and we gotta take the motor out, pull the front suspension and the rear end. By 3 o'clock today, hopefully we'll have the car stripped. And then we'll get her over to the sandblaster and have the paint removed. Hey, Tig.
Jimmy, Montana. He's a new employee that's been working here for about a month now, and we call him Montana because he moved here from Montana.
Say everything you can, label everything. Boyd calls the guy Montana, but he can't TIG weld anything. He ends up MIG welding everything. So all the guys in the shop call him TIG.
Heard from the farm.
He works well with, I think, about everybody except for Blue Bear.
All right, rule number 1, don't get in my way. Rule number 2, I'm number 1.
Working with Blue Bear isn't that bad. It does have its moments.
Put a piece of tape on it, write down what it is, lay it on the pallet. I'm not gonna lie to you, I got problems with TIG.
Huh? It's kind of obvious that's the rear bumper, but...
But yeah, put a piece of tape on it, right, rear bumper. The guy's always in a rush and he just doesn't listen. Hey, you see what I'm talking about? God, damn, dude. Hey, you can't just like lay stuff like that. You gotta like label it and that kind of stuff put in a box. Can't like, there's like all the interior stuff and that's all the window and rear stuff, so keep it all together or else it's gonna get lost, you know?
It's pretty difficult for me to take orders from somebody like Blue Bear. You know, he kind of picks on me a little bit because I am the new guy.
TIG's doing all right. This is his virgin run. This is where we see if he's a man or a mouse.
No, this definitely isn't the first car I've completely dismantled. For the last 16 to 17 years, I've been in the auto body field with mechanical involvement as well.
Hello.
Boyd.
Yeah.
Scotty Gray.
Hey, how you doing, Scotty? Today I got a call from a very good customer of mine, Scotty Gray. He was looking for a car for his wife.
Her birthday's coming up, and I want a car for her. I want like a muscle car with some pretty good horsepower for her.
Hell, I got the perfect one, I think. So I says, hey, I've started this 65 Mustang. We're going to call it Crazy Horse. How about something like that?
I bet she'd like that.
Yeah, we're excited about doing that. We're going to put like a small block Ford, a 302 board out. Sometimes in my business, we just kind of stumble across cars, and I go ahead and buy it, and then start build it, and hopefully I can find a buyer. This come up and worked out perfect.
And you know, like I say, I want to surprise her because it's for her birthday.
Uh-huh.
That's the good news. Here's the bad news.
What's the bad news?
I need it by good guys in Indy, which is, what, 7 weeks?
Get out of here. When he dropped this, I need the car in 7 weeks. I almost died.
Well, you've always come through for me before.
Yeah, but this might be pushing it just a little bit. This is just another thrash thing for us, but it was a surprise for Nancy. I says, okay, I'll do it. Hey, Dwayne, guess what?
What?
Scotty just called. You know that Mustang we dug out of that barn?
Yeah.
He wants to buy it.
Cool.
Yeah, it's bitching, but you know the catch to it? We used to have it done in 7 weeks.
It's 7 weeks.
You like it, huh?
7 weeks.
Yeah.
We're gonna build the whole car.
Yeah, do a nice car. I know Dwayne's not happy about the deadline, but this is an important project for an important client. I mean, this is the big one. This is done.
Seven weeks. You know how many parts are on that car?
A piece of cake.
I don't know what kind of cake you've been eating. You know, I just wish Boyd would check with me before he made stupid promises like building an entire car in 7 weeks. All right. This guy's crazy.
Security code.
What's that on the horizon?
This is actually going real good. Condition of the body looks good. Nice solid floorboards in it. Nothing like the 56 Chevy.
63 cents. Yep, that's mine. Right now, we're pretty far along. If we get the motor and tranny out, that's gonna be the big chunk of it, you know? But it just matters if Tig's got this motor ready to come out or not. Tig! So basically, Tig could make it or break it right now. No pressure. You could choke so hard right now or be all right. Oh, Tig! Oh, for the love of on a purple bicycle. Go, go, go. Push it out.
Hold on. You guys are getting in too big a hurry here. Careful.
Push it off. Motor's out.
There, now that you set me up for that, if, you know, make sure I did everything correctly. It was already, wasn't it?
No.
How they doing here? They've almost got it, huh? This place looks like a chop shop. These guys have got parts everywhere, and that's what you expect. I mean, when you're going to tear a car apart in one day, it's going to look like a chop shop. Blue Bear's done a pretty good job tearing apart the car. Everything looks real good. We'll load her onto the truck so we can get her to the sandblaster tomorrow morning, and hopefully we'll get her back on Monday. But I think it's a pretty good start to the project.
It's a lot of things that's went real well, and I tell the guys don't get too cocky because something's going to change here shortly.
We're going to take the car over to Orange County sandblasting, and we're going to get walnut blasted, which is just crushed walnut shells, and it actually strips the paint without damaging the metal. This way, when it comes back, it's clean metal. All you do is wipe it down with thinner and spray primer on it, and it's a lot faster.
This Mustang appears to be very good. It's had many owners and it's been painted many times. Kind of put it to that side. So once we do it, you won't recognize it. Right there. It'll look brand new. Suit up, let's go. Sandblasting is an old term used when they use beach sand, and it's kind of gone by the wayside of the new age. We call it media blasting. I consider what we do here custom media blasting because we do a lot of finesse stuff. Okay. What we're using on this car would be walnut shell. We mix a little glass bead with it because walnut shell takes the rough stuff, paint, body filler, that type of stuff, but it doesn't take the rust out. So we mix a real fine glass bead with it, and that cleans it all in one process. The media is sharp, media is angular, and the sharp edges is what rips the paint off. Not everybody can do it. It's real tedious, it's dirty, and you have to have kind of like to do it, and it's an art. Here you do it, you come out, you blow it off, you look at it, wow, looks great. We can do some pretty incredible things sometimes.
The car's here? We just got the car back from the sandblaster. Holy sh**! The car is really bad. There's a lot of rust. The inner quarters are gone. The outside of the quarters in the rear, there's a lot of repair work to do there.
Look at the quarters, just wasted.
We kind of knew, but we just didn't know it was going to be this bad. Here we go again. Junkyard Dog 2.
You think you got a good solid piece of metal to work with, but once you get the paint stripped and everything stripped off of it, that's when you find out how much work you have ahead of you. And that's the case with this car. A lot of work. This thing's got a lot of rust in the floorboards and the bottom of the quarters and stuff are rusted. So.
And how long? 7 weeks?
7 weeks.
This is a crazy deal.
The car's a lot worse than what we thought, you know, and that never fails. It never fails, but the fun will begin now. It's a hot one! Welcome to the sauna. It's so hot down here. That's why we're so thin and trim. What we need to do is clean the car and put it in sealer as soon as possible. It's so hot. Because right now it's in bare metal, and basically anywhere that you touch it or it gets wet, it's going to rust within 24 hours. See all this water? Sweat from your gloves. All this? Basically, it boils down to doing a great prep job for a great paint job. So we're going to clean it, sand it, roll it in the booth, and spray it with an epoxy sealer. The main thing for the epoxy is to seal up the metal so it doesn't rust up anymore. You do the inside, I do the outside.
How these guys doing here?
Coming along. We're coming along.
Look at you, for sakes. I mean, you're starting to look like a scrounge. I mean, that's not, I don't want anything that says Boyd Cottage to be wearing that like that, okay?
All right.
It's just not appropriate for what I'm doing here, okay?
All right.
Somebody walks in here and you're working on your chassis and they look up at your hat like that and it looks like it's been out in the cow barn and the cow's been walking on it. You think you'd want them work on your chassis? Yeah, you would, but do you think they would?
Yeah.
Huh? No, I'd be on the point. I'd be on the point where it's not funny anymore. Okay.
Well, no,
I'm starting to take this a little bit personal.
Okay.
I'm serious.
Okay. No,
I can tell you are. You know, but just
right.
I'm telling you, you take care of that stuff. I don't charge you for it. I want you to look nice. You know.
Yeah.
But you're not looking very nice. Okay.
All right.
So, how the hell did you get that hat that dirty? That's only a week old.
When I work with dirty stuff. My hats get dirty.
What do you mean dirty stuff? We don't work at grease cars and change oil and stuff like that.
My hands get dirty somehow.
Who's hit?
It's like a week old. My hats get dirty fast. I'm a dirty guy.
You're a slob. Got maggots and in it.
So I had a nice, comfortable hat, and it wasn't appropriate, apparently.
What the hell's going on over here?
Blue Bear keeps wearing his dirty hat.
Look at this, got maggots. I'm burning all the maggots out of it.
What are you burning out of it?
The maggots. The maggots.
That's like burning the flag, Boyd. You can't burn a Boyd Coddington hat.
That's not even close to flag.
That's burning a Boyd Coddington logo.
Go wear it.
But that's a real hothead.
Yeah.
I'll let you watch me wear it. What do you want to put on it?
You're gonna burn yourself. Blueberry, your hat. Bluebear's hat. Here's your hat.
I don't have a hat.
You know, the thing is, you never really know how straight the panels are until you put sealer on them.
Whoa! Man, that roof's messed up. Looks like somebody danced a jig on it or something.
And now that we've got the sealer on it, you can see that the roof is really rough. You know, somebody's probably walked across the roof one time. So, you know, it's there's just going to be a lot of body work ahead of us. Done. Good enough. Good enough for me. I think I can make it. I only got a half an inch to go.
It's break time, Charlie.
Is it? Last night we got the car back up to the hot rod shop and we put her up on the table. Now what we're going to do is cut out and replace the rusted out parts of the body. We've got a new metal worker. His name's Sean. He seems like a pretty nice kid. I just hope Roy doesn't scare him off. Punch those two?
No, wait a minute. Well, what a damn slice of heaven that thing is.
Patience definitely isn't one of Roy's virtues, especially when it comes to the younger guys.
No, it's just this thing all up. Oh, how I want to go home.
Plus, now that Roy's semi-retired, He works only 3 days a week. And on the days that he does work, he kind of has his own way of going about things.
I don't know how much time they've allotted for metal work, but I'm positive that ain't enough time for Roy to finish it. He's on the partial retirement program, which is however many days a week, however long he wants.
Break! Partially retired or not, it's always the same with Roy. It's just work. He doesn't want to do any more than he has to.
One Trump floor.
He doesn't want to do any, so any that he has to, he doesn't like it at all.
Everybody in the hot rod shop to my office, please. Everybody in the body shop and the hot rod shop to my office immediately.
You coming, Roy?
I got a question. How much you guys like me?
Depends on how much money you got in your pocket.
I need a little favor from you guys, okay? About 2 months ago, the city of Anaheim, one of the ladies over there called me up and she told me about you'll paint your heart out in Anaheim, and she explained to me what it was. Everybody volunteers to take their crew over there and paint some older person's house or some older gentleman's house, and I'd like to do that, but I need some volunteers.
This ought to be a
Do we have to block the house out?
waiting to happen. See, what happens is Boyd needs help in his life. So in order to make up for all the bad things he does to people, he needs to do some good. So what he's going to do is get all of us guys to go paint some old lady's house to make him look good. What's the deal? I mean, it's got to be prepped. It's got to be.
You didn't ask,
painting
okay?
the
They just
inside
asked
or
me to do a
outside?
favor, you know.
What are we painting, the inside or the outside?
Yeah, inside or outside.
What difference does it make? And this shows the true people, okay? We got all our people, we got good people, okay? But when it comes down to the nitty gritty, okay? If you want to go to Vegas to the SEMA show, you get 100%. If you want to go to the go-kart track, you get 100%. If you want to go paint your heart out, you get probably 20%. So how many we got?
You got 4. You did not.
I want this to be. This is something you need to feel good about. It's something you don't have to do, you know. So that just shows you where people come from. That kind of upsets me right now.
Flame it out. We're ready to put in the front suspension, but first I need a new guy to cut out some space. I don't know about this guy. He's using the plasma cutter. He had it aimed at himself when he was cutting with it. Not a real good thing to be doing, aiming it towards yourself. So you can burn your shirt and your arms and your legs and stuff. Everybody's got their own way of doing things, I guess. You gotta finesse these cars. You don't just sit there and butcher them. You finesse it. Maybe you'll learn that down the road. I don't know. This is ridiculous.
Montana makes a lot of noise. Damn, they make a lot of noise.
Hey, try drilling! You hack!
Things have been getting pretty tense between Tig and Blue Bear lately.
Hey, Tig, if you drill out the spot welds, you don't have to.
There's some of them you can't get to. You can't get to drill them. He and I've had a personality conflict from the day one since I've gotten here. And he's just heightened it with snide remarks.
I mess around with everyone. It's just when guys really take it to heart, then it makes it fun for me, you know? He just gets going so much, it's fun. Stuff.
Since we've hired Tig, he's been just playing with Tig, just trying to push his buttons. And today he pushed the right button.
Hey, sheep.
Tig is from Montana, so Blue Bear's been suggesting that he's got a fondness for farm animals.
Bah, bah.
So I'm tired of your shit. Let's go outside right
Easy
now.
turbo. Easy turbo.
Shut the up.
Calm down, turbo.
Some guys just don't know how Blueberry is and they don't know how to take him, but this guy's just a little high-strung.
I'm serious. I'm tired of your shit. Either shut the up
turbo.
or let's go outside right
Easy
now.
turbo. Easy turbo. I just mess with him a lot, just to get in his head. He's one of those guys that you can get in their head really easily.
Where I come from, you know, you have enough of somebody's shit, you ask him outside and you handle it. I've asked him outside twice now.
I mess with that guy enough to where he gets almost in tears, and then he just starts rambling.
He's a 20-year-old punk kid that thinks he knows everything. I mean, I've forgotten more stuff than he knows, and he just keeps running his mouth.
Where in the hell is everybody? The work ethics around here have really gone to hell. You know, the guys start work at 8 o'clock. You know, by the time they get started, it's 5 or 10 minutes after. Then the truck rolls up at 8:45, and you know, they're supposed to get a 10-minute break. That 8:45 turns into a half an hour. These guys are eating full course meals, big old hamburgers and stuff like that. Then they break it for lunch at 11:30, you know. They've taken a 10-minute coffee break and turned it into a lunch break, and then they've taken a lunch break and turned it into a, you know, vacation. Damn! I gotta stop it. It's out of control. I'm not gonna put up with it. I'm gonna call a meeting at 11:30 right before they go to lunch, because it's bull. What time do you come to work?
8.
You come to work at 8 o'clock. By the time you get all your stuff figured out, you know, get your toolbox unlocked, it's about 10 after 8. Would everybody agree? Then I hear the honking of the horn at about 8:45, about a half.
You know, Boyd seemed a little too tense and serious, so I just tried to lighten things up with a little joke.
Al had plans.
Can we do this after lunch? I'm hungry.
What?
I thought it might just be ridiculous if I asked if he could hurry up because I'm trying to go to lunch, and just stone colds me, you know, and just didn't get it.
You know the reason you're here right now? You know why you're here? Because you use it up all the time. That's why you're here.
He was making a point that we're wasting his time, and so I thought there's no way he could take me seriously if I asked him to quit wasting my time, you know? But he was greatly offended by it, I think.
You're here because
We're making up
for
for
abuse.
free.
You're
Okay.
abusing the situation, and I don't like your attitude sometimes either, okay? Don't do that to me. I told you about that the other day. God.
I felt awful.
Respect is a very fine line, and you got to kind of stop at a certain point. I'm not going to take any more disrespect from these guys, and they're going to find out there's serious consequences to their actions.
You've heard of a 3-ring circus? We've got a 4-ring circus going on out there.
I've just got so much on my plate today that I don't know what to do.
Charlie's the ring leader. Then there's Sean, who's just making slow work of the quarter panel. And then we've got Tig, the Montana connection. He's doing the best he can do. He makes a lot of noise, but I don't see a lot happening. And then we got Al and Jimmy tag team in the motor and transmission.
Well, the mock-up motor we're using is a plastic replica of a Ford block. It's a little bit lighter so we could pick it up by hand instead of having a hoist all the time. I mean, the transmission case is basically a transmission without all the guts in it. I didn't think it'd fit in the hole, but it does. This car, everything has to be exact because there's not a whole lot of space in it. You get it off a 1/4 inch and it won't work. We're going to do the motor mounts, transmission mount. We got all the front suspension on it. We got the motor and transmission in it. As soon as they get done putting the back of the car together, we'll put the back end in it.
At this point, if it wasn't for Al and Jimmy, I don't think anybody would be making any progress on this project. I still don't feel like we're getting anywhere. We're just spinning on wheels. We've already wasted a week. If it doesn't pick up next week, we're going to be in trouble. We better start changing some people around, throwing some of these guys out the door and getting some new guys in here.
Beetle Bailey to my office. Andrew, to my office, please. That was really stupid, that outburst out there. I mean, do you realize what was going on?
I apologize.
Yeah, so we don't need that stuff around here, you know?
I agree. I just thought it was a little lighter-hearted than...
Lighter-hearted?
Yeah.
What's lighter-hearted when you're supposed to take a 10-minute break and you take a half-hour break?
I just felt like it was too serious, man. Like
You know, I try to make this shop a fun place to work. These guys are getting way too comfortable.
That was a joke.
You were joking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a joke.
You know, we're having a lot of problems with younger guys on the crew. Go back to work then. But I can promise you this, there's some serious changes coming.
What we got going on this morning is I'm putting the left quarter panel on, and then that way if I can get the quarters tacked into place, then we can get wheels and tires under here. Because once we get the wheels and tires, then we can measure between for the rear end. Up front, we got Roy and Sean building the inner fenders.
Right now, I'm making a pattern to cut out the inner fender well. We'll use this pattern, cut out a shape, usually slightly oversized, and trim it as necessary.
Sean's working out real good, real good. All right, go cut the sheet metal. The kid has been working his off. He's been doing a good job. He's new here. He's young in the business. And I'll be on if I'm going to talk down on him. If he does something wrong, I'll yell at him. But as long as he keeps up what he's doing, he's going to get nothing but praise from me.
I have a problem.
What?
I didn't account for 3/4 of an inch on this side.
Maybe I spoke too soon about this kid.
Look good. If it doesn't work out, at least I've got an excuse because I'm the painter, not the metal guy, right?
Nice place to work up. I'm covering up the rust pinholes with brass. The car had been thoroughly stripped. There was no rust left. There were very small pinholes that were actually behind the rubber of the window. So brass flows out and it seals it, and it's a permanent repair. Sean made up for his mistakes and did a good job of finishing up the firewall and the inner skirts. Everything is going real good right now. I'm out of here.
This morning the transmission arrived, so Tig and I was able to mount it to the motor. We had a little problem at first to fit the tranny perfectly into the body.
Nice hammer.
But we finally squeezed it in there.
Before we can start doing the body work, we need this car to be sitting on full suspension and still have to get the rear end mounted in the car. And that's not an easy job.
Tack it up and see what it looks like. Just make sure you don't weld anything together yet. Thomas was told this morning to set up this rear end, get all the brackets and stuff in there. And Tig jumps in to help him. I told him first thing this morning, get all this stuff tacked together, get the whole rear end built. Don't weld anything solid, tack it all together, make sure it works, everything fits, then we can pull it out and weld it. And Tig, he didn't listen. He took the thing and started welding it before it's even ready to be welded.
Tig's welding the 4 bars.
Hey,
They got Tig in the rear and set up on that whole deal.
Hey, Tig!
No, but seriously, he has no idea what he's doing. Have you noticed that yet?
How you doing?
Tig tries hard, but he tries to do things that are a little beyond his technique. He was welding 4 bars this morning, which is like the main structure of the rear end. And I mean, if that breaks, I mean, someone can be seriously hurt, or the car can be destroyed. And he's got to think about those things before you do it.
That was something that we had talked about this morning, and nothing was going to be welded on this car until it was all built. Tig, he's just like a wildfire out there, Everything he has to be. Before you go and weld everything, make sure everybody knows about it. Because he said that he told you to have Al do it, but then you turned around and did it yourself. Why?
Well, what's the sense of having me here as an employee if I'm not here to do it?
Because you're here to learn as well as do the job, right?
We got a little situation where Blue Bear's trying to throw him under
the biggest problem is
I know,
him.
that's not right. And that's not it either. I didn't say.
That's not right.
Well, this morning he already come back with the Montana sheep thing.
All right, let's.
And I've had enough of it.
Okay,
This is the 3rd or 4th time, and nothing's being done about it.
Well, what do you want us to do?
I'm going to do something about it, and I don't want to feel the repercussions for how I'm going to handle it.
Well, you got to think about what's going to happen if you do. I mean, you can't come into work and start beating the shit out
Then
of
tell him
guys.
to keep his mouth shut, period.
I can't do that.
I'm sick of it. Dwayne stands up for him. That's Dwayne's little pet. So you
Because he's going to have to talk.
Well, he doesn't have to say things about Montana sheep.
Tig's got a hot temper. I like to mess with him, a lot of us do. And I guess he's getting kind of tired of it. He turned to whining, but it's not working out too good for him.
He's just trying to wind you up. He's trying to get a reaction out of you.
Antagonizing me.
That's exactly
What's
what
the
he's
point?
doing. He's getting a reaction out of you. So if you'd ignore him, he ain't going to get no reaction. He'll quit.
I've ignored it long enough.
Well,
I do have a very short temper, and I think, I would like to commend myself for maintaining this long, but I cannot guarantee how long I'm going to be able to keep my composure.
he's not good at joking, and he's upset.
No, he's not.
He's upset, so try to lay off on his feet.
Dwayne and Boyd pulled me aside and said that his feelings are getting really hurt, and maybe I should think about easing off on him a little bit. I guess he can't take a joke as good, but I don't know, he's a big baby. That's not very fair. He's teasing me. That's not very nice. That's not very nice.
All right, here.
Bring it. Bring it. You worked at Disneyland?
No.
Oh, I thought you might have played Grumpy. All we have is basically touch-up bodywork to do on the fenders, touch-up work on the hood. Roy and I work really good together. Sean works really good with the two of us as well. Just gradually. I put Sean to work on the rear fender wells. Then you can use the rubber dolly.
The shop seemed to be under control, so I thought I'd take this time to run a quick errand. Okay, we're off. We're going to TMI Products right now to drop off all the interior pieces so they can make covers and panel covers. Normally, the interior is one-off interior, and they have to fabricate and design all the seats. Well, that's all factory original, the way the pleats are up here.
Right.
And in this case, it's factory production seats, so all they have to do is make the covers and cover them with the material. And then we'll just bolt them into the factory locations. Yeah, I think that looks good. Talk to you soon.
Alrighty.
I've got to haul ass because I still got a ton of work to do before I go home today. Oh, man! Hot in here. We should hurry up.
They're talking. Is he does not want 91 to respond?
The 741 Yankee Central will cancel medics.
Sorry about that. Just wasn't paying attention. This is new. This ain't my truck. I've never driven it before. And I think I stepped on the gas a little too hard.
258.
Yeah, I see that.
That's safe afternoon.
Thank you. Oh, hey. You got a little something on your nose. You might want to get that off there. Get up off your lazy.
As soon as Dwayne came back to the shop, he was on hell on wheels. He was just looking for somebody to yell at.
This is not looking too good here, is it? You know, I leave the shop for a couple of hours, and when I get back, I notice a sloppy mistake right off the bat. The lips in the fender well were rolled wrong. Who did it?
Sean, I think.
I got a full-time job just telling people what they did wrong. Hey, Sean, Charlie told you to roll it all the way down to the bottom. The rocker panel and
If
everything.
you want, I'll pull it back out. If you want, we'll jack it up, we'll take this off, we'll put the tire on, see how far it needs to go, I'll pull it back out.
Go back and do your...
No, I mean, seriously, I'll do whatever you want. If we want to put the, we can put the wheel on now and check it.
This just looks like...
That's no big deal, though.
It is a big deal. It shouldn't have been done like that.
You know what they say, if you want it done right.
Do it yourself, right. When I see a job that's not done right, and I confront the person that did it, and he tells me basically, do it yourself if you want it done right, I ain't gonna accept that. If you want it done right, do it yourself, he says.
I don't have time for wise guys right now. Dwayne's working real hard, I'm working real hard. We're actually behind schedule on the car, and this guy made a little mistake, which we can understand that. And when Dwayne asked him about it, he says, why don't you do it yourself? Okay, he will, you know, but he won't be around to help him. To keep him in line, I decided to take him outside and scare him a little. We don't put up with that, okay? So pack up your tools. And
Why? I didn't...
You didn't what?
Mean it like
You didn't
that.
mean what? What you told him? What'd you tell him?
Well, it was just like a cliche.
Cliche, huh?
I didn't
How
mean
long
it.
you been here?
Not very
A
long.
little cocky for only being here.
Well, I didn't mean it to be...
Huh?
I didn't mean it the way it probably sounded. I apologize if it was taken that way.
I don't like doing stuff like that. It's not fun, but that guy's totally out of control. Make these start listening to us, or they, I mean, you know.
I think we can do without him.
It turns into a joke. It's like the other guy you got here, you know. It's just that they keep joking and
They're just
joking and
kidding.
joking, you know.
That's
just
what they're
kidding.
saying.
Yeah, just kidding. No, this is getting to be...
It's out of control.
Yeah, it is. It's out of control. You know, the more me and Dwayne discussed the situation, the more upset we got. And I got good guys, but when you throw a guy like that in there, it's going to cause problems, so we got to do what we got to do. Now, follow through with that one.
Okay.
Take care of the next one, too, so...
Sean, pack up, you're out of here.
Seriously?
Yeah. I just fired the guy because he don't want to listen and he's got a smart-ass mouth. I think maybe we need to set an example so these to shape up or ship out. That's what's going to happen.
Hey, I was just wondering if I could talk to you.
Yeah.
I was just wondering if we could talk about what happened. I mean,
Yeah.
I think it kind of got blown a little out of proportion.
I don't like wise guys, okay? You tell somebody they need to do it themselves, then you got a problem, so...
Well, to be honest with you, he kind of belittles people, you know. I don't take that very well. I mean, I've never intentionally been mean to him, but, so I mean...
Well, I think we've already made our mind up, so...
There's no chance you could...
You need to get all your shirts and stuff together, and then we get your check, okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
All right.
Just, okay.
Okay, thank you.
All right, boys. See you later, bro.
You know, Sean, he's a great kid and he's got awesome potential, you know, but I think, you know, maybe he smarts off a little more than he should. And the timing, you know, Dwayne's had a bad day. I mean, got a speeding ticket and he's frustrated.
Hopefully he'll change his mind, because personally I like it here. So.
I know this ain't the right time to cut the crew short, but...
The timing of it's horrible. I mean, we're under the gun right now. I mean, and to be honest, I mean, we're not making very good progress on this car. I mean, there's no direction. I mean, there's no real good leadership. Everything that's transpired, I mean, unfortunately, is a sign that we're losing control of the team. I mean, it's like running a relay race and you're dropping the baton. I mean, that's what's going on here.
Console goes there. Never mind. I'm so pissed off right now, you don't even want to talk to me.
All in all, it's just a bad situation, and if we don't get control over it, then we're not going to make the deadline. We've lost control of everybody.
We'll have it back by in the morning.